Hey there, and thanks for joining me for another episode of Total Ramblings. This is a slightly different episode. It is a Lego episode, but it's not really a review on the basis of the fact that this set I am about to build is 45 years old. I am 53 this month in a couple of weeks' time, and I am of the age where I was around when the first classic space sets came out. Now, I used to have quite a large moon base. I don't remember how big it was exactly, but I definitely had this set that I'm about to build, and I used to have it in my living room, and I'd also put it in the garden. And I think my cousins ended up getting that Lego, and this is when I entered my Lego Dark Age until Star Wars came out. Here is the set that we're building today. I got it off eBay. It is set number 920, which is Alpha Rocket Moon Base or something like that. Look at that, man. The original instructions. Beautiful picture there on the back. Yeah, it's obviously a very long time since I built this set. So I'm going to throw it together now, and we're going to have a look at it. Because I am kind of putting together so in an earlier Total Ramblings video, I will have shown you my sort of modern day space base with this year's 2024 space sets. I'd like to build an older space base as well to kind of bring back the memories from my childhood, really, because I'm just a big kid. I've never grown up. I spend my life looking at toys and buying toys and, playing with stuff that I'm really far too old to play with. But yeah, there we go. Enough rambling for the moment. Let me build this and we'll have a look at it afterwards. All right. Well, there we are. It's built. Very simple build, obviously, given the age. Interesting to see one of these old Lego instruction manuals from back in the day. I mean, first of all, they've got this photographic sort of background, which is lovely. But so many steps in one place now, A modern manual would be a lot thicker than this and would have the parts that you need for each step, and would have like probably one part or two parts per step, Lining this up was tricky, but I seem to recall that from when I was a kid, to be honest. But, building these rockets and things, at the time, these round pieces were brand new. I mean, we've got like dishes and things and hinges, and this was all new to me. And then look at this glorious picture on the back. So, Galaxy Explorer had that one, and I do have one somewhere, not sure where. LL918. Now, for my moon base, this was the fighter craft, and I always wanted two. Always tried persuading my mum to get me another one. She said no. I do have two of them now. It's interesting that this guy is stood up and not actually flying the craft at this time. This rocket here, I had this. I always used to dislike the fact that you had to sort of dismantle the rocket to then fire it off, Modern Lego, you probably wouldn't have to do that. This set here, I definitely had, along with this one. I don't remember that one. Not really sure about that one. But, yeah, so I would kind of like to try and pick up all of these. I've got the new Galaxy Explorer as well. In fact, I bought 3 of them to make each of the 3 kind of variants. But yeah, here we are. So we've got the gantry, which collapses. We've got the rocket, again, modern Lego, would probably have Technic pins or something, or like maybe a flexi tube running down the center of this rocket because it snaps apart really easily. But yeah, there's the rocket with some kind of massive probe on the front. Quite cool. We've obviously got some piping here for fuel, a couple of fuel sort of taps here. Rotating scanner dish that also goes up and down. This is like epic stuff when you're like 9 years old or whatever age I was. And then inside we've got printed consoles, top and bottom, which is cool. No chair in this set though. I always kind of remember, you know, being slightly distressed that the front of these were open, but I always kind of assumed that there was like a force field there keeping the air in or something, and that these guys, once they're in there, could take their helmets off. That was just my assumption. A bit like in Star Wars, you know, where they've got kind of force fields on docking bays, and inside there's guys running around inside the docking bay, but then there's space beyond. Essentially, the air is kept in, but ships and things can enter. Obviously we've got one of these crater elements here. 3 minifigs, classic space minifigs. These ones, given that they're second hand, are actually pretty good condition. He's a little bit more faded than the other one in terms of the logo, but I mean, he looks happy. They're not, I remember some of my early space minifigs, they got really loose in the legs. These guys are pretty good, and in fact the printing on this guy's torso as well is still kind of, you can still see the gold, right? So yeah, they're cool. And then of course we've got this sort of refueling vehicle here with more pipes. So I think these are loose because essentially you're able to sort of hook them up here and drive along with a mobile fuel thingy. Of course we've got air tanks and things here as well. So yeah, so when I saw this on eBay, I was really, I had to buy it, really. The condition it was in was so good. The only damage is really this here, which I knew about from the photos, but this is such a clean set. The figures are in really good condition. The set's in really good condition. There's no loss of clutch or anything on the pieces. It's, you know, this is like a real memory for me from my childhood. And I wish I still had my space Lego, but hopefully we can kind of rebuild the collection to a degree. I don't want like all the space sets because there's hundreds of them. I just want the ones that I had as a child. Mind you, I said that with Action Man as well. I basically have an Action Man collection. I've got over 100 Action Man from men from the 60s, 70s, early 80s, over 60 vehicles. And again, I started just getting the ones that I had when I was a kid, but now I've got basically everything, including like a one-off plane. But yeah, I think with this, I've got enough Lego anyway already. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this little sort of walk down memory lane. Not really in the format of my other Lego reviews, because it's not really a review. It's just kind of, it's just cool, right? It's just cool. So thanks very much for joining me. And if you like Lego Space, put something in the comments. Give me a thumbs up. Send me a mail. Whatever you want. Thanks. Bye.
If you enjoy what I do here, although I can't think why, please remember to click the like button, smash that subscribe button, and hit the bell icon to be notified whenever I post a new video. You might also want to check out my website, www.worldsbestestpoet.com, if you fancy a laugh.